Welcome to weekly wedding cake business tips. Hi, I'm Jenny, and I help wedding cake makers be better business owners and live their best life doing what they love. So, thank you for being here. If you didn't catch last week's tip, we talked about how to be super effective at setting your goals for 2026 and what to do before you start setting goals for 2026. So, go back and catch that one. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about how to really connect with the couples that are coming on the scene in 2026. And these couples are different than the last season, the last 10 years or whatever. So they evolve every year. So what I want you to do, this is your tip for the week, is I want you to find out how to connect with these couples, okay? So I'm going to give you the groundwork, so don't worry, I'm not just going to tell you to go out there and do it. The thing that I'm finding with this generation is their values are a little bit different than the last generation, and they really want to have a wedding that's really, really meaningful. And that means little touches that say something about them and who they are. So you can find a way to connect with that in just showing them what you do differently and how you can make something more meaningful. And these couples also appreciate craftsmanship. They appreciate artistry, which is really, really great for us because that means that we can design for them, and they appreciate that and they want that and they want something different, and in showing them that, they will also pay for that, and they're okay with that. They're used to paying extra money for a $7 coffee and things like that, or they're used to paying for quality. So don't be afraid to design for them and really show them who you are as a designer. They also appreciate an easy process. So that's something that, even though they want an experience, and I'll get into that in a minute too, they want the process to be easy and streamlined. And you don't have to do 5 emails and 2 meetings and 3 phone calls. I do like 2 emails and 1 meeting, and it's all done. And then everything else is via email in the end. So in that, they know what to do. You're very clear about your process. You're not going back and forth. They're not ghosting you because you formed a relationship with them, and they also know that you're human. That's another part of what I want to talk about too. So just make sure that you're making it easy for them, making it easy for them to find you, to fill out a form, to contact you. And it doesn't mean you have to overstep your boundaries and have them texting you all the time or anything like that, but you do want to make sure that they can connect with you easily. Okay, the other thing they want an experience. And this is something that I'm so happy about because during COVID, everybody was sending out boxes of cakes for samples. And I did what I could, but when we came back to really doing weddings, I went right back to in person tastings. And I find that this is really the best way to connect with your couples. So if you can, do an in person tasting and really give them a special experience where they are connecting with you, they find out who you are, and you have a chance to sit there with them one on one. And with my couples, I know we talk about French fries and red wine, and where to get the best Thai food in town. We're not always talking about weddings 24/7. I see a lot of animal pictures. I hear a lot of family stories. So I love that, and that just is part of the experience, and it makes it memorable, and they really, really enjoy that. The other thing that they like is they want to know who you are. And again, this is another one of my favorite parts of this business is getting to know who our clients are, who our couples are. And they want to know who we are too, which is so refreshing because for so long we were just invisible. That's why everyone, again, was getting ghosted. That's why they don't treat us like humans because they don't feel that there's a human behind that computer. But now they realize that we are people. We are baking their cakes from scratch. We are making their cakes with our hands and bringing them there in our cars and doing all those things. But for a while, I think some of this was actually taken for granted. So what this means is you can get more personal with your couples. Put a picture of your pet on your Instagram. It's totally fine to talk about those things where, again, that was taboo in the past. I've been around for almost 30 years and we didn't talk about that stuff. We just were like, down to business. But now you can talk about those things. I talk about my daughters a lot. You'll see a lot of my daughters on my Instagram account, my TikTok account, And they want to see that. I had people hire me because they saw that I had a corgi. They saw it on my website. So don't be afraid to get personal, and please, please put your name on your Instagram and TikTok and all your accounts, because they don't. You have a brand, absolutely, but you are your brand. You're making the cakes, so you are your brand, and they want to know what you look like. They want to know your name. They love seeing behind the scenes type of videos and things like that. So don't be afraid to really put yourself out there and be a little bit more personal. Okay, so I'm going to keep it short this week. These are short little tips. If you do want to get deeper, obviously I do one-on-one coaching, and I have all kinds of programs coming up. I do have the Wedding Cake Business Academy for wedding cake makers, start to finish. It shows you how to start and run the business, and this is for anyone who is brand new, or a seasoned baker, to refresh their business too. So but these are just quick little tips. We're going to be doing them weekly. I just started last week, so catch that one, like I said. And if any of this resonates with you, please feel free to like and subscribe. I would love that. And I will see you next week. Okay, thanks. Bye.